So what steps need to be taken to stop the online world of sex trafficking? Well, joining us now is Miss Amy Storer, intelligence analyst at the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and law enforcement liaison at the Anti-Human Trafficking Intelligence Initiative. Welcome to Forum Daily, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nima. I am very excited that you're covering this important topic. For me, it's something I'm extremely passionate about and gravely concerned, considering the massive rise in this crime during COVID. We've experienced a double the amount increase in human trafficking calls for help to the Polaris hotline for human trafficking in the United States. As well, we've had an increase of 98% in child online sex enticement reports from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. So that is a pretty shocking statistic there. So you're talking really, 98% increase in that same time frame from 2019 data compared to the year 2020. This is a direct correlation between the children stuck at home. Most of the time, the victims are being abused by someone within the home. 78% of child sex abuse victims are abused by someone in their home. Now, child exploitation is really following into trafficking very quickly. That connection between child exploitation and human trafficking is very robust. Some studies have shown that 95% of human trafficking victims were sexually abused as children. The reason for this, traffickers target runaways. When a child is being sexually abused within the home, they will tend to run away or more likely be lured away. And so we really need to fight the laws to take runaways just as seriously as missing persons. These predators will actually tell the victims that they're luring from their homes to tell their family or someone that they are running away, versus knowing that they would be considered a missing child would be an all hands on deck situation where a lot of resources and law enforcement will be focused to that. Here in America, unfortunately, that is a law that we need to change. And I'm not sure about Canadian law, but runaways are the greatest risk for trafficking. Very sadly, once the schools close down, my greatest fear would be that you would see this big increase, not only in the online world of virtual trafficking and child sex abuse, but also the fact that children do not have an outlet. They don't go to school. They're not able to report to someone. A lot of times teachers will notice something is wrong with a poor student and try to report that to someone. And without that, we've really seen a terrible increase. I was interviewed by a member of Congress about what is the enterprise of sex trafficking, the big business model? And, what my answer was very simple. That would be strip clubs and the porn industry. 70% of human trafficking victims in one particular study were actually trafficked into the porn industry or strip clubs. Strip clubs are big business for trafficking. Unfortunately, the United States has more strip clubs than any other country in the world. A statistic that I'm not proud of. And unfortunately, those are really breeding grounds for this type of activity.
All right, ma'am. Unfortunately, we do have to take a quick break, but we will be right back with Ms. Storer to talk a little bit more on the role the porn industry plays in facilitating sex trafficking. So stay tuned for a special segment with Ms. Amy Storer from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security coming up after the break, everyone. We'll be right back.